And we are going to be heading into the ban phase. Rogue will be on the defense, so they get the first bans, and then Secret, they will then get to go for their attacker ban and then their defender ban as well.
Well, Rogue will do what we saw earlier, which is take one of the roam hunters off the board of Dokkaebi so that they can roam a little more effectively, which is not a huge surprise. We saw the attempted roam play coming out from Rogue. In the last map, Dokkaebi was used a bit by Team Secret, so Meepy's now not going to be able to play that operator. Again, they're just trying to deny Meepy. First the Montaigne ban, then the Dokkaebi ban. There goes the Glaz, though. They decided Geo, a little too effective on that. So that's not a huge surprise, especially on this map. We'll see. We do have one more defensive ban coming out here from Secret. What will they take? I imagine we'll see a mirror,
yeah,
or yep, there we go.
That's what I was expecting. There's no real different picks and bans that Secret really go for.
No, they went for their standard one.
It's always been Glazlemere. There's no real.
The Lion one was the only real variety one. That was only because Monty got banned instead by Rogue. So Echo getting banned though, not a huge surprise though, but it is something that now they can't use. So they are definitely going to be a little more effective on some of those pushes, but it really depends where Rogue start as well. We saw them get a huge early advantage though last map by having a really strong defense. If they could do the same thing again here, it could definitely help because this was their map pick, which is, it always helps to start on defense when it's your map pick because you can control the strategies, but this has been such an attacker-sided map more often than not that let's hope for their sake those defenses are going to work.
Yeah, that's the big talking point that we took away from Coastline earlier, is that Immortals were 3-2 up, and then the sweep came in from Millennium, and they just took the pot. They just stole that from Immortals. Yep. It's a very heavy attacker map, and whenever you're seeing operators being let through, such as Ying, for example, then it can start to get pretty scary as well. So we're going to be seeing the 6 picks coming out.
Capitao.
That's a pretty interesting one. We haven't seen a whole lot of Capitao. I know that Pengu played it a bit inside of the G2 matchup versus Mocket. So certainly he's by no means a bad operator. He can bring a good bit of utility with his fire arrows. Can also be used to smoke off particular areas. Works great with a glass, but isn't going to be let through in this circumstance. But certainly a very, a much more of a stranger strategy for Secret compared to what we're typically seeing on Coastline.
Well, we'll see. We had it at 6 pick as well to Maestro from Easley, who's going to be using his Bailiff to open up some angles there from the VIP into the hallway. Could be able to play those with the ACOG on that Alda. Get some angles from there. He's going to call out for an ADS to help protect him in this hallway. So he's might be playing a role similar to what we saw Nesk doing on Doc in previous rounds, earlier in the day from Liquid. So to help defend VIP from the outside using that hallway. Because that hallway, if it's going to get contested, they're usually going to know about it from the stairs or the window. So we'll see if Secret's even going to bother with that. But they are going to have the ability to spot some of that utility with Meepy, so they could see that ADS being there, maybe not fall for it as much, as well as spot those Evil Eyes.
So Leon is looking to get his way in a dominant position in towards the roof area, and they're actually going to go for the rotate in towards the hookah lounge. So they're going to predominantly try and clear out the west side and then work their way in towards the aquarium, work their way in getting rid of the roamers primarily, which we did see a couple of roamers being lurked about, and as it will be Brian, Big Brian, inside of that blue hallway.
This timing, you see he's waiting for some kind of call out to open that up. Good patience on his part, but he's going to bait it out as well, opening the door, and then decides to try and surprise the stairs. Unfortunately, no one there to greet him. That could have been someone that had been roaming downstairs catching him, but not going to happen.
Could have been a very ingenious play coming out from Leon. Easily, however, playing that corridor will take out Leon as the blood of Leon Gids is going to be splattered on that red wall. Lackey, I don't think Lackey wants to go down that corridor after what just happened to Leon.
No, I don't blame him. He's playing a very effective control of this entire corridor. You saw as well that ADS was still there, and he had a teammate holding that as well with him. Some great shots coming out of him easily. Just holding the angle. He almost got 2.
Lackey does manage to get that kill easily, but barely makes out alive, as that will be Stiz getting killed by Geometrics is on the flank. Lackey, not looking too good, bro. He's not looking too good. That's
the first line as well for today. Is finally not banned.
Yeah, certainly having a player like Lackey on your line, big help to Secret. Lems will get the kill onto Brian, who was looking for that rotate up the flank, as he is also going to take quite a bit of damage from that engagement. So essentially, the Goo Mines is going to kill both of these secret members. Yeah, Eclipse can pretty much control every single doorway. Unless they're going to spend some time on a reset, they don't have enough health to survive this. Even the Maestro Evil Eye could be enough to kill these guys here, especially Lackey, who could just take any damage from anything at this point and be downed. I'm almost surprised they're not just exploding. Obviously, they can't see the other opponent's health, though, to know that. So it's a case where if they could, they would definitely finish this. Look at all that barbed wire as well. The smoke as well is going to be a huge hazard for them here. 16 seconds left. I can't see them winning this. No, this is a lost hope for Secret. Lems fires his caps out hours just for the sake of firing them, really. So, yeah, this is going to be Rogue taking this first round. And that will be Slash just peeking on in. Even. Just Lems helpless in that scenario. Yeah. But Rogue off of a good start, especially on an attacker-favored map. Yeah. They will take the first defensive round. You see them looking very confident, happy after winning the first map, 6-2, and then looking pretty strong already on this map, which was their pick. They're going to switch down to Bar instead of dealing with Kitchen, which is not necessarily the most predominant secondary one, but it's definitely a very good secondary one as well. We actually saw a lot less Penthouse earlier, so we'll see if Secret are going to play some Penthouse as well on their defense, because obviously that is the preferred bomb site for Rogue, and with good reasons. You saw how well they dominated that last round, especially the Maestro play definitely worked out really well for them. This time, though, instead of easily playing the Maestro, it's going to be Geo. They are going to 6th pick over to IQ there for Lackey. See if that works out. An operator that did get hit pretty heavy by the nerfs, lost her grenades, which was pretty big for essentially any operator. Losing their frag grenades is just never good. You know, we've seen it happen to Capitao, even Thermite way back. Yeah. He lost his frag grenades as well, so certainly IQ still brings a lot to the table with her intel gathering, knows exactly where Maestro cameras, Valkyrie cameras, Echo drones specifically. It does help quite a lot on that front, but she's not as strong as what she was with the frag grenades. Well, in this case, that means Lackey is not available to play that Lion, which I still think was somewhat effective last round, but it definitely was not enough to really secure any significant kills. So maybe they're deciding just not worth it. But at the same time, the fact that it wasn't banned is interesting in itself. But of course, I feel like that was because Rogue was spending their bans counter-banning operators rather than trying to ban ones they didn't care about as much or didn't like. Because you saw them do that, for example, last map, banning Monty. So as far as their bans go, it's just what they don't want to deal with on this map in terms of specific operators from the other team rather than we just hate this operator. So seems to be working out for them so far. Yeah, no complaints. No complaints at all. So, Secret. 3 members already up to the rooftop. And a quick drone down in towards that aquarium area. Gets it scouted out, looking for any roamers that may potentially be lurking inside of that room. Yep, just quick clear, in and out. That's all you really need to do. Lem's already taken a bit of damage. That could possibly be from a Maestro camera. That would be the real thing, which I can imagine. Yeah, it is going to be from a Maestro camera outside. What? Oh, that's a black guy. I was like, there's no way he made it outside and placed that. It's just because I seen Maestro on the camera. That's why I thought, oh yeah, it's Maestro camera. No. That would be a very interesting one. Yeah, I would probably think he would have died if he tried to go for that. Oh, absolutely. Definitely can't get the far out. But speaking of died, Slash already killing a Lems, and that is the soft breacher off the board. An important kill, I think, just because that opens up a lot of pathways, a lot of ways to deny ADSs as well. So, good kill. So the hatches will get opened up by Stiz. Leon does get a kill onto Easily, who it seems to be that Leon and Easily certainly having a bit of a rivalry here in this map. Yeah. Last round, Easily killed Leon. Now Leon gets the return favor. Slash still playing on them blue stairs. I think he shot his own ADS trying to hit that drone. Well. So Leon is going to go on his drone as well. C4 gets tossed out from Slash. Didn't catch anything with that beat, but it's going to be a C4 down the side of Rogue, as Lackey is going to start moving his way in towards that office area as well. They might be able to make this round work, but they've already burned up a minute, and they haven't gotten a lot of significant progress in terms of map control, because Eclipse is still allowed to run around up here. Unfortunately, timing for him does not work out, but at least Brian gets Leon. So that is one shotgun player versus shotgun player, as Meepy gets a second one there on a big Brian. Yeah, 2 kills from upstairs. Slash, look where he is in a very awkward position right in at the back of the Sunrise bar. Geo's not even on bomb site. Blue bar is completely available for Team Secret. If they do get the drones and figure out where they are, they know exactly where Slash is going to be located. I don't know if Slash knows where they are. Flash grenade does get thrown in, does nail Slash, as Lackey will get the easiest kill of the game on to Slash. Geo from a very long angle inside of that main lobby gets the kill onto Mapey, but that's going to be then the intel, essentially all because he died. They know exactly where he is. They can go for the plant. They get the plant successful, as Geo now has to go for the retake, as it is going to be Lackey just lying down inside of the blue bar, as Stiz has rotated himself upstairs. A very smart position from Lackey. He knows he just needs to play patient. They have a drone on the diffuser. That's all they need to wait for, as diffuser is going to be located by Geo. A couple of shots come out from Lackey. Stiz has rotated out in towards a single window, as Lackey loses that gunfight against Geo. Stiz, all you have to do is wait. Diffuser is going to start to get hit, but it was the quick bait, and that is going to be enough time for Geo. Does get the kill.
Does he have enough time?
I don't believe he has enough time to get the diffuser, and Team Secret will get that win, but fair play to Geo getting them kills. Wow.
Yeah.
Great gun skill from Geo.
Definitely a close one. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to finish off. He was just a bit too far off site. At least he had the ACOG to work to his advantage in terms of playing distance. But unfortunately, his first attempt at baiting it didn't work out. If it had, he might have still had enough time to make that defuse, but definitely didn't happen. They're going to try kitchen, though. Deciding bar didn't work so well, and rightly so. I don't think that was their best defense so far. That was definitely a little bit rough in terms of some of their individual players getting picked one by one, leaving them in a tough spot. They did have some good counter picks as well, but I mean, even shooting your own ADSs on the stairs is slowly going to whittle away at your defense. So we'll see how they fare on kitchen. Should be an interesting one. Easily going to be going back onto that Maestro, as he did so well upstairs of Penthouse. So
Leon Kids is going to be on the buck, so that's going to basically scream, yeah, we're going to take VIP and essentially ruin your day with whatever setup you have inside of the kitchen or even the delivery room. The mute is an interesting pickup as well. What do you think that having a mute for this particular bomb site brings to the table? Well,
you're definitely going to be able to deny some drone play. There's a lot of choke points into the bomb sites itself. You see the doorways and things like that. Unless they're going to throw them in the windows or be able to try and chuck them downstairs, it's all individual little doorways you can put in, not to mention the drone hole can be denied as well. Now, they may have some strategies in terms of being able to hold on some of the walls, like, for example, the wall Geo's reinforcing right now as well. It will help with that and make it so that they're unable to open those with the X-Kairos, as well as maybe the entire kitchen wall if they want to go so far as denying that. Some teams want to open that up, take advantage of the shotguns and play that from there as well. As it looks like they haven't really committed to reinforcing it. So I imagine it's going to be a mix of denying some particular walls as well as drones. Now, of course, you can only deny drones for so long, so that's not going to be like a huge game-changing strategy, but that can help slow down the attack quite a bit. And, of course, if you can play time, you might as well take advantage of whatever you can. Slash going out for a cheeky round does get a nice kill into Leon, and that was absolutely worth it. That is why you definitely want to have IQ, but you also want to ban Valkyrie on this map, because we have seen that happen quite often from teams. So nicely done by Slash. That is going to put them in a huge advantage in this map, especially against a player like Leon.
That's a big operator kill as well. That's going to be a Buck, who is so crucial for this particular bomb site for the attacking team, as he can walk his way into VIP, open up majority of that floor, opens up the majority of that kitchen area, doesn't let any anchors play inside of the kitchen, so that forces them all in towards a choke point, in towards the delivery room. So losing that operator very early on is going to hinder Team Secret quite a lot, and now they're going to have to change their complete game strategy.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to rethink this, because like you said, they can't open up as much of the floor the same way. They can potentially use the breach charges if LM's brought them to be able to open up some of the floor, as well as if he wants to use some of his lifelines, but that is a big utility to use on that. You really don't want to open up the floor with lifelines unless you've got a very important spot to use them on. Breach charges, however, they're disposable, so he could do that. We do see a lot of people die, though, when they're trying to open the floor in VIP, as it is risky, so Leon might have even died doing that, as we've seen that happen a lot to Pengu, for example. So it is a risky thing, but maybe actually going to be on this Capitao, trying to take control here from the other side. He's going to be able to use those firebolts to help control some of those corners potentially, if they're trying to get into especially the bathroom, once they can take control. And Alems is peeking it, so they just need to take care of this barbed wire if they haven't already. Hard to see from there if it looks like it might still be intact. Yep, he's definitely going to put some pressure on Brian, though.
Looking at where Rogue is going to be located, two of them inside of the B bomb site is completely clear, but the retake is going to come out from Geo and Eclipse, as they are going to be located inside of the reception and also off that courtyard area. Lems does get the kill on the Brian, but Easily and Eclipse does get the refrag. Stiz gets the kill onto Easily, so it is going to be a 2 versus 1 as Eclipse did get the kill onto Stiz. Very nice shot from him. Meatby last man alive. Claymore going to go down for a little bit of reassurance. The bomb is going to be right in the middle of that room, but it is going to be Eclipse swinging round, and Meatby will follow. Great clutch from Eclipse. Great retake from Rogue. Excellent round from them.
I got to credit, of course, that early peek out from Slash, just giving them that one-man manpower advantage on that take. It was a nice plant, though, by Team Secret. Managing to get in there and get that plant down with so many people defending the site still was an achievement, especially sneaking through that smoke the way they did. But nonetheless, unfortunately, they just could not guard the diffuser afterwards with the lack of manpower. So it was worth a try. It was a valiant effort, but now that means they've been successful on both Penthouse and Kitchen. It's really just been Bar that was the struggle. They may go back there again, but very unlikely since they don't have to in this situation. They can go Penthouse. And then, well, no, I guess they would have to go to Bar or Hookah. So we'll see.
Yes, certainly potential as well, but every bomb site's viable. That's the thing
Absolutely.
about Coastline. There's no bomb site that you just say, no, we're not going anywhere near that bomb site. That's it's just something that Coastline brings to the table. You could also say the same that maps such as Consulate brings that same variety. Even Bank we've seen in the past, every bomb site can be viable as well, which is certainly something that I would say that the meta is shifting towards, where we're seeing these maps with all these different bomb sites being played because they are forced to play other bomb sites because of the new format.
I would say that outside of Oregon, that's been a very positive thing for Oregon, though, as we've seen, it's been a bit of a struggle sometimes, but we saw some successful kitchen defenses earlier, so it's definitely doable. Nonetheless, though, as you said, there are 4 viable bomb sites on this map, so defense is not a terrible place to start, but it is attacker-sided, so while they are all viable, that doesn't mean they're easy to win. And also, so far, this has been a pretty good achievement by Rogue, although they did lose that bar defense, so we'll see if they want to go back there or if they want to go to Hookah, if they even have to, depending on whether or not they can win Penthouse a second time. They won it pretty convincingly that first round, though, I would say. So it's up to Secret to try and adapt to what they saw and try and make some changes. There are still some technical timeouts, or tactical timeouts to be used if one of these teams gets too far behind in this map to really rethink what they're doing. But in the meantime, it's only round 4, so still plenty of time to think about and try different things. Leon actually deciding to drone before he does the usual buck thing and open up the top of that bathroom. He's actually going to drone at first, which is the smart thing to do. As you see, they could have gone for some kind of utility up through there. Of course, he doesn't have a C4, but nonetheless, the grenade going to try and flush him out just a bit. And he's waiting on the timing to open this up.
Yeah, that grenade does get rid of the barbed wire inside of that corridor as well, which does allow then players like Stiz to move in towards that Hall of Fame a lot more easier. Slash is still going to be inside of that B bomb site along with Geo. Slash playing very, very aggressive for a smoke. This isn't a position that we typically see a smoke play outside of, for example, Pengu would be the guy that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Currently, at the moment, FaZe have just gone 7-6 up against Orglis, so what a game from them. Quick update from Rainbow 6 Bravo over on our stream B if you want to go ahead and catch that game as well. I believe it is Wilkie and Kix casting that game at the moment, so that has went into its second map at the moment. But, of course, if you want to stay with us here inside of the Team Secret and Rogue, by all means, do stick with us.
Oh, the shotgun play from Slash, almost getting 2. He's ready to get another one.
Big kills from Slash. Equally, Geo goes for the quick run. It gets rid of the hard destructor as Stiz will fall. Meatby as well is going to be here on the window. Almost seems to seem Fiat. Slash doesn't go for the jump. Gets the kill onto Meatby. Leon and Lackey, last 2 members up from Secret. They're going to be in no position to get the refrag on the Slash. Ooh. And Easily is going to be in the same position he was last time. Just falls back, playing very smart. The damage has been done.
Yeah. Time is running short for them with only 2 people left. This is hard to push even with 40 seconds left. Those Evil Eyes are doing some work here.
Pesky little things, those Evil Eyes is just going to annoy the living daylights out of Leon. He just, he's had enough. He's so angry. Eclipse does finish off Lackey and does get a double kill for himself as Leon will fall. A flawless defense from Rogue. They're looking pretty strong here at the moment, Devin.
You could see the intensity from Slash just playing that shotgun in that window so aggressively. Even going for he almost went for a jump out earlier even. He was just ready to just slaughter them on that window. Surprisingly, they just kept pushing it. Nonetheless, so they are going to try blue for their final one here rather than switch over to Hookah. So this is where maybe we'll see Secret get a second round here, but so far it's not looking good. We may even have a tactical pause here. Not sure yet.
Yeah.
It looks like there is some discussion coming out. Might be coming from... it looks like Rogue are taking the tactical timeout. Even though they're ahead right now, they're going to try and secure that victory. This is the map, or the bomb site they had the most trouble on, so this could be Ranger deciding, you know what, guys, I realize what we need to do different, so we can close this out in a huge 4-1 advantage into the next half, and I think that's a smart call. I mean, they're not going to need it because they're down necessarily unless they really lose a whole bunch of rounds on their attack. But as we said earlier, this is attacker-sided, so in theory, coming in with a 4-1 would be very strong on this map.
Especially whenever a team like Team Secret, they have so much comeback potential. They have the momentum. Whenever they build up the confidence in themselves, whenever they start working together as a team, they start getting them kills, they look unstoppable. We've said that the past about Secret. Just look, for example, Valencia. Look what they did to that. They just steamrolled it. They had momentum. They beat G2 for goodness sake.
I feel like part of the problem here is that Leon, for example, is getting shut down pretty early a lot of times in these rounds, and obviously that run out was definitely one of them. But nonetheless, I think the early shutdown of some of the key players is really stunting their ability to attack here because they're forced to fight with a lot less people than they want to be. And even when they're just down one man, it seems to be the most important one half the time. And I think that's just giving Rogue all the map control. This looks similar to what we saw in Villa in terms of Rogue seem to dominate the map. They seem to be able to roam the way they want, play the way they want, keep control of the rooms that they want. You see the utility from the Evil Eyes, for example, helping keep control of those spots as well as Valkyrie cameras. It's just been Rogue doing what they want to do most of the time on the maps and not always working. But it's seeming like Secret really need to figure out what's not working for them, because it's clearly the case here. A little 6th pick there over to Pulse, interestingly enough, and a Blackbeard coming out from Leon, who doesn't want to play Buck this time. And unfortunately, Buck is a good one for this bomb site, but they do know that it's probably going to be Bar, and so he's going to change it to play some of those windows potentially.
I don't think I've ever seen Leon play Blackbeard ever. It's just not an operator which I would say fits his playstyle as a more of a run and gun kind of guy. An operator like Buck certainly does suit him, but if it's not working for him, then possibly he got given the call by Helby or Meatby saying, no, we want you on this. You're not doing what we want you to do. Like, this is Leon Gids, and he's 1-4 from one of the guys who I believe is second top fragger in the U.
Not even any assists. It's unfortunate, and that's what I mean. Like, him getting shut down early is definitely hurting. Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm assuming that was the right throw from Slash. He wasn't trying to get it on the roof or anything, but again, they're having all this extra utility from the Evil Eyes, the Black Eyes, the Pulse this time as well from Geo. They're obviously wanting to counterplay a bit more upstairs. They're reinforcing hatches as usual, but then the ability to play like with the C4, because they're going to have the extra cameras and the heartbeat sensor, means they really want to C4 correctly on any pressure from upstairs. In this case, though, they won't have a Buck to do it against, but the Lion of Lackey is back. So that could be a bit of a problem for the roamers of Eclipse up here, especially. Could get trapped in this room if he doesn't play it smart. But I like the little tap holes he set up along the wall in theater there, just in case he needs to pressure someone from the stair side.
So a very spread out attack coming out from Secret. We see some of them over towards the hookah area. We see some of them over, even Leon is way over beside the double window at Penthouse. Lems has got himself inside off that billiards as well, trying to put some pressure on anybody who may be inside off the hookah. It's not going to be the case. It's only going to be Eclipse and Slash upstairs inside off the theater area and also the corridor. We see the intel coming out from Geo on that Pulse. This is where Pulse does excel with this intel gathering, and certainly whenever, as a roamer specifically, if you're getting fed intel where everybody is, it makes you just play so much better and feel a lot more safer. Geo, that's going to cost you because
so close.
LM's just going to walk away from that.
That would have worked too.
He's actually going to hold the angle, and I think this may be a kill for Geo as it misses. That hit the wrong part off the floor that Geo was looking for at that stage. LMs is very, very lucky to get away from that.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be trying to use that hold now to his advantage. Probably not going to get anyone off it, but Leon has already taken a quarter of his health and damage. So it is not looking great for him despite the operator change. But yeah, that was an unfortunate miss C4. They still have extra C4 though. Slash not only has the help from Geo, but also has his own set of cameras to work with. So between all that, they should be able to get some action going. But surprisingly, he's in the courtyard of all places. They are trying to be able to guard their position here in Hookah as they have taken it, as well as Claymore the stairs as well. So it's going to be somewhat down to Eclipse to get that nice flank upstairs, as they have not spent the time to clear him out, and it's only 55 seconds left.
Still a good bit of time for Secret to work with. This is where they're going to start baiting out these smoke range. Geo gets the kill onto LMs. He finally got his kill on to that Sophia from that quick peek from the blue. Brian does get down by Leon, but automatically Geo does get the refrag. Slash gets Stiz as he does walk in and easily from the flank kills Lackey, who had no idea that's where he was going to come from. Meatby into a 1 versus 3 as he gets the kill onto easily. Gets a double kill. Slash will fall. Geo, look where he is, playing very close in towards the bar area. Possibly one of the hardest gunfights an attacker can play against a defender, as he is just going to slow things down. 15 seconds on the clock. Constant tag as well came out. Eclipse upstairs does have also that vertical play he can use. He's going to drop right below me. He missed the shots. Still missed the shots. Has 5 seconds to go.
There we
get
go.
The pistol kill onto Meatby, and Rogue do secure that round.
Well, we're seeing an exact mirror. Last time when we went into the halfway point, it was 1-4 from the defense of Rogue. So we're seeing, when it comes to defense, you definitely don't want to let them get defense on maps they're good on, because they swing into these second halves with so much of an advantage. And honestly, in a situation where we expect to see 3 maps, it's looking dangerously close to a 2-0 against Secret here.
I may want to start thinking about buttoning up this Secret jersey.
Yeah, you might want to consider a change of clothes there.
Do we have a Rogue jersey in the house?
Might be a bit early to have done that. However, it is not over just yet.
No, you always have to have faith.
Absolutely. If anyone's going to take this back, Secret could be the team to do it. But as you mentioned earlier, sometimes they play a bit off their momentum, and they have yet to get any of that, and they didn't get it last map either.
This is probably the weakest Secret side I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
This, like, even dating way back to their Challenger League days, this is just a completely different Team Secret to what we've seen Powerhouse of Valencia, even Powerhouse, some of the Pro League as well. Some of their losses have only included G2, really. That was probably one of their biggest hits that they had, was against G2 a couple of weeks ago as well. You know, they had a really good form in Pro League. They beat Vitality in the last week, which was a big win, especially with the way Vitality are playing at the moment.
Here's the thing, though, about winning so often means you're showing a lot of working strats, which gives a lot for Ranger to chew on. So you do have to consider the downsides. I know, of course, you're not going to use all the same strats necessarily, but you're going to show a lot of your hand in doing so. I mean, not that you should like throw matches or, you know, lose them on purpose, obviously, to not show things, but in the case where you win so much, you know, I mean, Rogue have not had the same success that Team Secret have this season, so we'll see, though, if they can make up for it here. They are going to start Hookah first for Team Secret, which is a bomb site that Rogue did not touch at all, so they're going to be playing things a bit differently. They're also going to be playing with a mute upstairs here. So we'll see if they're able to do some good denial. Leon actually could be going for this run out here, it looks like. Either that or he just is really gasping for fresh air and feeling a bit claustrophobic. But no, he's actually going to hang out just far enough out to be able to see, but not to get spotted. I like the idea there. Unfortunately, not getting anything out of it just yet. But hey, it didn't cost him anything either, so take what you can get.
Certainly one of the more common run-out spots that we see in Coastline, and also I would say the single window as well.
Yeah. But I like the small hole to do it. Like,
yeah.
Doesn't open a whole. I mean, he did eventually open the whole door, but it's definitely a funny way to do it. Unfortunately, the run out there, punished by Slash. Bad timing. Unfortunately, Slash misses too many of the other shots, though, hits the railing. But either way, getting the kill onto Leon again early is shutting down one of their strong fraggers, and that's a lot of goo mines that are not going to get placed now, except for on his tombstone.
So there's no room game at all from Secret.
Nope.
None at all.
I'm sure they thought about it for a minute, but it's already getting shut down potentially. Nice use of the Capital Bolt there. Unfortunately, doesn't lead to an actual kill, but Lion coming out from Rogue as well. There's a BB forced off, but he gets the kill out of it.
What? But does get refragged by Eclipse, and also Lackey gets killed by Easily as well. I believe he was inside of that Billerdrum, does get killed from the window by Easily. So a 4 versus 2 in favor of Rogue. They still have all this utility with their flash canisters, with Eclipse, and also the Lion as well. So much utility that Rogue can start throwing on these final 2 members of Secret. The 2 Frenchies, Lambs and Stiz, are going to be the last 2 guys up.
Well, they still have C4 potentially and still have some smoke canisters. So they have some utility on their side as well, but the C4 is not going to be as useful if they cannot find the intel to get the angles. And the Mute Jammers are at least denying some intel from the attackers. But there's the second EE1D coming out along with Candela's.
Geo is going to push in with his Yings, gets the kill onto Lems, but Stiz from below does get the kill onto Eclipse, but that's going to alert Geo where he is going to be located, as Geo all he has to do is hold the angle. Plant is going to go down, but Stiz wins that gunfight against Geo. Easily is going to be watching the stairs. There's only going to be one place area, but Stiz actually managed to vault his way in towards the hookah area. Has a couple of holes here to work with, but Brian and also Easily have fell away from the pool table and have located themselves in towards the hookah balcony and also the aquarium balcony, and that will be Brian gets the kill on the Stiz, and Rogue are 1 round away from taking this series against Team Secret.
Well, that was definitely a risky plant spot to make, standing up on that pool table, but it absolutely paid off because it put the last player of Team Secret in a position where, like, good luck defusing that. We can pretty much hang pretty far back, and you have to expose yourself quite a bit, and he was not going to get those last kills, let's be honest, but we might have a tactical timeout here, of course, coming out from Secret because, well, now's the time to use it. So we'll see if that ends up being the case because we do have a pause here. This could be the very last round here from Secret because, yep, that's the case confirmed. It is a tactical timeout from Team Secret. This is where they need to put on everything King Cap they have right now, the whole hat rack's worth, because look at the pondering coming out, just trying to figure out why are we losing this? How did we get so destroyed on our map? And now on a map we know we're good at, we're also getting torn apart. What are we doing? So it is time for serious discussion and concentration from these guys, but that can sometimes backfire if you get a little too, it's not like a tilt, but it's also like a tightness that you get to your play. Looseness can really help sometimes in terms of being focused and flexible, that flow state that some players talk about. You're going to lose that, and like a Ranger, surprisingly not smiling. He's definitely like wanting to see this closed out here. That's almost kind of a little bit of concern for their the tactical timeout maybe working in favor of Team Secret, so they just want to keep that focus.
Yeah, Rogue have a 3 rounds against Secret at DreamHack Valencia. They don't want that happening again. That's why they're very still serious. They know job's not finished. They're far from finished at this stage. They still have one long slug of a round to go through. Yep. But certainly Rogue have this this headway, and all they need is one more round against Secret, and they're going to be on the attack. And like we said, Coastline, very, very heavy attack favored. Yeah. And we are going to see that 6th pick again from Geo, the same way over to Ying, which will be potentially pretty useful on Bar here if they can manage to get into a position where they can throw those Candelas safely. There is a Jaeger, of course, to help deny that, but they can do quite a bit against that. And of course, they have the Captau as well, which doesn't even have to deal with those ADSs, and can be very useful at getting anyone out behind that bar. Potentially even, I think the angle might even work from the window that that is across from it, so, or like diagonal across from it. So they have a pretty good lineup for attacking this, assuming they can get the control that they want. But there are going to be some cameras around, and they have nothing to spot those. So assuming those get placed correctly by Lackey. We do have Brian bringing the Lion again, which was, I think, fairly effective last round. Maybe a little bit more effective for Brian than it was for Lackey. But Leon trying to at least punish Slash. Nicely played there. A great early kill by him playing on Pulse, surprisingly this time. And that is finally something in Team Secret's favor here. Maybe a tactical timeout working here, deciding that they needed to play maybe a bit more aggressive against Rogue. Yeah, certainly a viable strategy that you can switch to. Try and catch your opponent by surprise. Yeah. Do something that they're not going to expect you to do. I'm sure that Rogue aren't expecting the same kind of aggression that Secret may bring, just in the way they've played recently. I would say go back 2 months. Yeah, certainly Secret bought a lot of aggression coming in with Blitz, for example. Leon did play so much. It's something they've lacked, I'd say, so far today, because I feel like they're on the back foot and they're not comfortable. You saw Turtle, they were playing upstairs, for example, too. So we'll see, though, how it works on this particular bomb site. They're able to open up a lot of angles thanks to Easley's X-Kairos, and that's going to help them be able to fight that room a bit better. But now they've got to rotate, potentially deal with any rovers. As I say, there is definitely one near the kitchen. As shots come out through the window right just in time for him to escape from that. And a lot of intel coming out here from Leon. So staying alive definitely working out for him this round. Yeah, certainly is. This is where Leon can just gather all this intel, all of this information for his teammates. Geo is going to get some drones in, looking to where he could possibly find a weak point inside of this secret defense, and then use and abuse it with the Candelas, which is going to be the case. He's going to go for it. Smoke Cancer does get pulled out as the Goo Mine does get stuck inside him, but that doesn't matter as Meatbee does fall. ADS stops that, but the quick shot as Lackey does fall. Stiz does get the deagle kill. Actually, it's not going to be a deagle kill, just his secondary pistol as Leon gets a kill as well onto Geo, and a Lambs does manage to find the last kill. What an explosive round there.
I feel like that early kill on Slash definitely helped that round because they lacked the manpower despite Geo's very aggressive Ying push that actually worked to get 2 kills. I'm almost surprised he wasn't able to turn it into more, but that was a very risky play. Not only can you see he's running through the smoke, taking a bit of damage, he's entering to the middle of a room. He's not entering, to a side spot or a hallway or some little tight position. He's running straight to the middle and hoping to catch them where they are, but potentially without all the intel on the spots. But nonetheless, they did have the line as well to help with that. But that is only 2 rounds, and that's all they got on last map as well. So this could be 2 6-2s in a row. But at least Leon has the elite skin, so there's a little bit of luck on his side playing on that duck if he sticks on it.
Yeah, the Trench Medic.
I wonder if on the, I'm not sure on this on the reveal whether it shows the elite skins or not. I would imagine it does to them. Obviously, we see it, but I'm just kind of curious if that.
Sure, it probably does. Well, it's a dock anyway, so.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I don't know, just the side bit.
It's going to be a beat, as he is going to go for the 6th pick.
I had a feeling.
Geo is going to go back on that Ying as well, which helped
it worked well.
A lot. It helped, it certainly just got him that main push in. Didn't help in the long run, the Secret still did win that round, but nonetheless it did show the aggression that Rogue can perform, especially Geo, who's been performing very well on Coastline, I would say.
Yeah.
Certainly a Geo kind of map. Talking about the dock, 6th pick onto the Bandit as well, and Geo, 10 kills. That's nobody on Team Secret is even close to that number. 2
per round for their winning rounds at least. Well, definitely doing well there. We'll see, though, if that 6th pick to Bandit. That was a last-minute 6th pick, which makes me think they weren't exactly sure who to 6th pick to. A little bit of a last-minute decision, but 6th picking or playing over to the Pulse last time for Leon definitely worked out. So maybe making some changes on what Leon's doing is a factor there. Obviously, he got an early pick last time onto Slash, and that was a big factor here. So is he going to play sort of the typical corner, or at least set it up to be able to play it later? But he's not reinforcing the wall. I mean, that's not the bomb site, but he's not going to reinforce any of it to help set it up. He has already used 1 impact nade, though. Still just trying to get himself into just the right position. Lackey has gotten his cameras up, which is good because, of course, the round has started. And they are just switching who has the diffuser, which means they might have made a little bit of a last-minute, misplay in terms of picking who has it. But they are already storming right on into Bar to push onto Kitchen here, which is the bomb site. Now, of course, that door was closed, but that kind of helps them know that this stays clear to an extent because no one can rotate in at the last second on them.
We do have 2 members of Secret playing upstairs. It is going to be Leon and Stiz playing in and about that master bedroom area, trying to more or less deny more of the VIP side of things. Don't let anybody from Rogue try and get in there, start messing up the floor. But Rogue are more or less trying to push in towards the sunrise and work their way in towards the kitchen, potentially just Ying through the single window in kitchen and try and push it that way, which we do see Geo set up for a potential window or even a potential service entrance push as well, so that could be another option that we could see. I do know that Eclipse is starting to rotate his way in towards that security room as well, so it gets him set up for the flank coverage, which may come down from the roamers up top, down for the main stairs, so good coverage of Eclipse being put on that room is certainly going to help Rogue in the long run of things, but still half the round, they've got themselves in position. Can they start to execute this push? Yeah,
no kills yet or even damage on either team. Here's some shots going out. There might be getting some fights here in just a moment. They are going to start opening up a bit more. But as you said, they've got to deal with the roamers upstairs or not. And that's the case where they're going to have to get set up in some positions here. They still have a lot of drones left alive, which is good for them on this attack in terms of intel. But a lot of doors got barricaded from the defense. They wanted to set up the ability to at least have some idea when Rogue's push is coming. They're going to at least spot 1 in lobby, but not push it just yet. That might be where we see Ying pushing from the outside. But as you mentioned, Eclipse up here trying to do some down here trying to do some roamer control. It's just going to find the head, but it is traded at least, well, reverse traded there onto Geo, and that means those Candelas, while they did help get that kill, cost him his life.
4 versus 4, 45 seconds to go. Rogue are still in position for this push. They've lost Geo, so the big Ying, their main pushing force, is going to be down. Eclipse is still full health, waiting here inside of the main lobby. Still has all of his utility as well. He didn't even get to use his breaching charges upstairs because that wasn't the push that Rogue decided to go for. Lems and Mate are going to be the only two guys on site. Mate inside A, and also Lems inside of the B bomb site. Still two members of the Rome game upstairs. Stiz and Leon still working their way upstairs. E1D will get put out, and I'm sure the charges from Sophia will also be used. As Stiz from above gets the kill onto Brian, and Slash will refrag as the Lems gets the kill onto Eclipse, and Leon gets the bandit battery charge. I'm sure Slash was probably down from that and walked into it, as Easley is going to be all out of time, and Secret with 2 rounds on the bounce. Comeback?
Yeah, it's definitely, well, at least it's more rounds than they got on Villa, so there is that. And it is so far been very defensive-sided in the sense that we saw 1 attack round win last half, and we're seeing 1 so far, although it is a little bit of a struggle of a comeback, but it does bode well for the momentum you were talking about earlier. They did have their tactical timeout, and that has, of course, turned into 2 round wins since then, so maybe that helped out. They've got that momentum. Now, they are going to go back to Hookah, so we'll see how they fare on this. This is the one site that they've lost so far. So this is where we could see them get torn apart again, or they could finally find their groove, make the adjustments they need to. Leon going to be back on that pulse again, so they're going to have to be careful about those runouts once more. Although that could be Meepy to do those. We had seen previously Slash doing that with his Black Eyes. Geo actually going to 6-pick again over to the same operator, but from a different one, so I'm not sure that that bait is necessarily working, but at the same time, you don't see who's switching what, so it's a case where they might not necessarily know. Playing those subtle mind games.
So the Hookah Lounge and Billards, it's been a bit of a hit or miss for most teams currently. I would say it is probably the weaker bomb site out of the 4. Last time Secret had a very hard time putting a bit of progress into this particular bomb site, mostly because they had no roam presence whatsoever. They just allowed Rogue to do what they want and take what they want, and that's exactly what Rogue did. Well, they tried to control Aquarium, but there was just too much utility for Rogue. Yeah,
and it's definitely a case of like seeing them play more aggressive, I think, is really helping. And so if they play more aggressive on it this time, as you said, instead of turtling, I think they might be able to get a bit more progress, might be able to potentially claw back another round, but it's still going to be a hard fight just to get to overtime at this point. And this is not just the first map. This is the one that if they lose, they are done with this match altogether. And that's not a good place to be. You at least want to get to a 3rd map if you're a team like Team Secret, who should be able to.
So, Secret setting up pretty much kind of the same way that they did last time. I believe the only real switch was, I don't think they had the Maestro cameras last time, so provides more intel. Mateby was actually playing the Jaeger, so they're down ADSs, but then they have the use of the Valkyrie cameras, which also can help.
Yeah, but the ADSs were going to be something that was going to help stop both Eclipse and Geo. I mean, Slash, it wouldn't matter, but still, now they have a lot more ability to get past some of the defenses, so hopefully that Maestro camera is worth it for them. Leon is going to try and get some intel, but he's getting droned in the process, so they have some idea what's going on. They should be able to call that out so they can try counter, but no, they get peeked instead. Eclipse almost dies in the process.
You did see also 2 drops coming out as Eclipse dropped, and also then Slashes. Leon gets the double kill, the C4 through the wall, gets Eclipse, and the quick headshot does drop Slash. So a great start for Team Secret, exactly what we're looking for from a guy like Leon Gids. This is something that Rogue don't want, is this morale coming into this young player, this guy who has immense gun skill, the game knowledge. Everything about Leon can set him up to be possibly one of the best players, but he still has a long way to go.
Not to mention, they've also lost the diffuser now, and this is a position where they have a huge advantage in this round to potentially take it to 4-5. Now, of course, that still doesn't save it and put it in overtime yet, but that is definitely a good position to be in. Leon, when he doesn't die early, like I said, he is able to be very effective. Now he's got some support from Meepy as well. It's going to be hard to get that diffuser back.
Brian is going to be inside of the luggage corridor, and he's using the E1D, not the best already using one of them. The quick rotate coming out from Leon. I believe they did jump out the double window, both of them, and rotate in towards the service entrance. So they have given up that diffuser. So this is going to be an easy pickup for Rogue, but Rogue are still going to be cautious that possibly somebody may be watching that diffuser. As you do see Brian droning it all out, so they don't have to put any manpower as they still have a drone left over. But a minute to go, not looking too good for Rogue. They don't even have diffuser, and Easley is already trying to push in towards the bomb site.
Gio was on low health, but now he's on no health, and it is now a 2v5. If this is a comeback from Rogue, it's not happening anytime soon. It's definitely a tough position to be. They have just one EE, 1D left as well. Now it's going to get popped, at least easily trading one back here onto Leon.
30 seconds on the clock. Brian is going to start pushing in. He did pick up that diffuser, and he gets the kill onto Lackey. As shots do come out from that LMG, as Stiz does shut down easily. Brian gets himself another kill as the Lambs will fall, sees the smoke and does shut down Stiz. So a 1 versus 1, Brian versus Meatbee. How has this happened? A 4v2 has ended up into a 1 versus 1, but from below, Meatbee still has his C4, and Brian has actually stopped the plant. He could have got that plant down. So this is where the intel's going to be fed, and he is going to get tagged. And Meatbee essentially should be able to win this round, but he's actually going to deagle it up first and then potentially try and throw the C4 as it will get tossed out. Does he manage to land it? He does! Meatbee gets the clutch. What a play from Meatbee. We talk about his game sense. That just shows how smart this guy is.
That was such a close play. The attempted bait out from time and time again, just not working out. That was so close. Had he stuck that one plant, like you said, might have been able to make it, but you just did not have the intel to make that kind of call. And it was a fantastic clutch attempt. He must have at least gotten a 3 or 4K that round to bring it back to that point. But either way, back to bar we go. Another one that has worked for them. So far, Hookah was the only one that attacked one, and now they have lost it the second time around. So this puts a good position to potentially get into overtime here as we go back to bar. For Secret, this is a potential for a comeback, maybe even to a map 3 at the rate things are going here. As you said, that momentum, once they get it, tends to work. But so far, this has been just very, very defensive-sided map. We've only seen 2 attack round wins so far, and we've been through 9 rounds.
So Secret, they do get a chance at the blue bar and Sunrise the last time they did defend this, so that's always going to be looking good going into this bomb site. They've done it before. Can Rogue change anything up? They're going for the same exact lineup. Look at Leon. A couple of rounds ago, we seen him on 1 kill. Now he is on 8.
Done a bit to make up for the previous rounds, and I think he's doing a little bit better on defense than he was on offense. And it seems to also be like they're making some change-ups to what he's playing and how he's playing, and I think those were the right calls because he's definitely doing much better. It's obviously not all the Leon show, but we've seen some great plays from the rest of the players as well. VP had some great plays last round especially. So it's been, I'd say, a pretty good comeback overall for Secret, but they've got to come back one more round just to even get to overtime here because, of course, one single round win here by Rogue is enough to shut it out for the rest here. So they're going to have to come back hard. Now, we could see a similar push from Gio again with that Ying to try and push into the actual bar if he's able to get to a position that works. It worked surprisingly well last time, but they're going to be a little bit more prepared for it this time.
So Rogue, they do have this same utility with the Sophia, Lion, all the good stuff that they need. Leon, exact same position we've seen him in last time, feeding this intel with the pulse. And he's actually going for the run out, sees it, goes for the drone, goes for the C4 kill, and does land that kill onto Aisley. Just that little glimpse that Leon threw. He went for the drone, and he got that kill. What an early lead. Hard Destructor off the board for Rogue. Team Secret bringing this aggression that we knew they needed to go for. That team talk certainly did work.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell, we must have really inspired them to an extent here because they seem to be playing much more aggressive, much more with confidence. As you said, that momentum and motivation really paying off here, and that was a great play by Leon. Pulse definitely seems to be an operator he's being very, very effective on overall. That is only 1 player down, but as you said, it's a Hard Destructor, and then a nice play by Stizzy there having that goo mine. Now, they are going to start to use some of those breach charges they had to at least open up some on the floor. They don't have a buck or anything else with the shotgun to be able to open those up, but they still have a ton of utility to make this attack where they are going to pop an EE1D a bit early, but without the ability to open up some additional angles into the bar, this is going to be a much tougher fight to come in through that doorway. And there we go, the punish. What? Leon, are you going to ace this at this point?
I have to do it. Leon gets isn't so great.
Yeah.
Get it spam, chat. Get it spammed.
He almost shoots his teammate there. I think he was considering it, Meepy getting in the way a little bit. But Meepy steals the ace from him, and Alems taking it to overtime here. Fantastic plays. Now we'll see who gets what side, because whoever gets defense here, obviously in the advantage going into overtime.
Certainly is, but does it really matter the way Secret are playing? Look at this momentum that they've just pulled back. This is the one thing that Rogue were scared of, and it's happened.
Yeah, exactly like you talked about with Valencia, where they had a huge lead, and then lost it. And this is, like something they have trouble coming back from. Are we really going to see this lineup come out from Rogue? Is that teasing the 6th pick that we're going to see on the Kitchen? Now, as I said, huge advantage over to whoever gets defense because we've seen 8 defensive wins so far. So
I believe that we're going to be seeing the Blitz being stuck. I don't know what it is. I do believe we're going to see the Blitz because more than likely Gio's going to 6th pick onto the Ying like we've seen him do
quite possibly
every single round.
Nope, Eclipse is going to do that 6th pick onto the Finka. So
okay, now this is a strategy which we have not seen Rogue do. This is the complete mix-up. Even looking at the way they played Villa, this is not the operator lineup that they were used to taking. Whenever I see this screams, yeah, we're going to rush plant you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if they manage to make that work, though. This is a bomb site that may work or may not. There's 2 different ways to approach it. They don't have the Ying this time, so it's going to be down to Slash to be kind of the spearhead of that push. And Gio actually sticking on a Blackbeard for the first time may or may not help with this because they didn't necessarily know what bomb site it was going to be. For Team Secret, their primary had been Hookah, so the fact that they went Kitchen instead, which was their 3rd before, is definitely going to throw Rogue off in terms of predicting that. May not throw off their attack, hard to say, but their strat that they went for was obviously a very defined rush or push heavy strat, which just may have been set up for Hookah.
So we are going to be seeing a bit of a roam game once again from Secret, as it is going to be Leon and also Stiz upstairs. So we've seen them play it previously where they wanted to try and shut down that master bedroom VIP area. Just enables them to have that full control. We actually did see Stiz get a kill from that last time from above, so it certainly does help in the long run of things. But will Rogue decide to, yeah, we have this pushing power with the Blitz. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and clear out these guys. We even have a Blackbeard to put in the double window inside of the penthouse, so a lot of options here for Rogue that they can go for. And it may be a possibility as Slash is looking to push his way in towards Hookah, and he's actually going to draw himself in. Yeah, that's definitely something that is dangerous to do to an extent, but he's in a spot that's not terribly unsafe. Gio actually going to set up a flank drone as well to make sure they can control VIP. So they're definitely looking for map control before they go for that aggressive push. Slash already hoofing on in, getting some control. Does find one. There's the pulse, easily downed by Slash. And that's a good initial kill for them because obviously Leon has been a huge, huge problem. So this already gives Rogue an advantage based off of what we've seen so far. But Stiz is going to be stuck inside of that wardrobe. If you did not know, you can actually push your way in from, you can actually crawl your way in just punching the bottom bit of the wardrobe. So he's essentially trapped in a box. And if he gets found, he's a dead man. He's trying to get to Narnia, and it's not looking like it's going to happen anytime soon. But that is definitely going to be an interesting surprise when that happens, when the Jack comes out of the box. Yeah, definitely a Jack in the box, a Stiz in the box, we'll call it. So certainly a very peculiar position Stiz has ended himself in. Eclipse is still going to be upstairs, and he's actually going to be in his drone upstairs as well, so this could possibly be where Stiz could take advantage of this, but he's just going to take his time. He doesn't need to rush anything at the moment, as he actually has crawled out of his hiding hole, and Eclipse is going to get caught by surprise. What a play from Stiz. So all the members of Rogue are going to either have to just try and push the bomb site, which they're going to do a Slash push in, but the smoke canister does take him out, or either they're going to have to try and hunt Stiz. Lackey gets the kill easily. Stiz wins that gunfight against Brian. How does he do that? And last one up will be Gio, the Blackbeard inside of the Sunrise bar. Is going to try and push his way in towards the A site, and he is going to get met with Meatby, with Stiz, with Williams, with everybody ready for this Blackbeard. Big, massive hole. He does catch Meatby by surprise, and he does get the double kill as the lambs will fall, but Lackey does finish things up. And for the first time inside this series, Team Secret will be at the front foot, 6 rounds to 5. Now keep in mind, of course, even if they manage to eke out a win here, still got to go one more map. Yes, and that's going to be, again, the momentum and the real endurance of both these teams is where that's going to start taking in shape. Playing a best of 3, especially whenever one of your maps does go the full distance, that starts to put a bit of toll on you. It starts to, you know, you're sitting there playing the game for a straight 2 hours. That's a very long time constantly with this constant, I have to be concentrated, focused the whole time. That's going to be pretty big, and especially with no food as well for those guys as well, that's going to have to be a bit of a toll. You know, if you're sitting at home, casual gaming, oh yeah, I'm hungry, let's go get something to eat, and then I'll go back into another game. You can't do this here. Well, if they get to a third map, they will have a very short break to refresh themselves, but yeah, that is a short one indeed. Now, Rogue are going to go back to the bomb site that was their primary. We're going to see a 6-pick to a Thermite, interesting, from Stizzy. So that should be fun, and then a Maestro coming out as well, so interesting to see these change-ups here. Now, the defense, of course, going over to Rogue does give them some chance to make this work here.
as that was a very convincing defense again. But that means even if they win this round, that Team Secret do get to go on defense again. So unless they win right now, they're giving you know, the chance for I don't know. Could be interesting.
So, Secret, they have the Thermite. This is probably the first time I think we've seen Stiz play the Thermite in quite some time. Typically, they have him on the Hibana, but having the Thermite allows them to, first of all, push in towards that penthouse area a lot more easier, and also does give them a couple of options if they want to go for the A push as well in towards the backside. So, having the Thermite gives you more of that hard destruction, and Leon's going to go back in the Blackbeard again.
Interesting choice. We'll see if it works out for them, but like I said, even if it doesn't, they get to go on defense again in a 6-6 situation, which they're very likely to win. I mean, despite Leon getting killed so early last time, they still could turn that into a win.
So certainly the other members of Team Secret have started to wake up. They've started to get their heads in the game as easily this exact same position that we've seen him play. I would say every round that he's played inside of this bomb site, where he has the Maestro camera looking at where the attackers are going to come in. Then he challenges with the high rate of fire LMG, big capacity with the ACOG. Just screams terrifying whenever you do come up against one of those. And Leon is going to be playing on the Renshiro window and gets shut down straight away as Slash does get that kill onto Leon as the very early pick, and another first death for Leon.
Slash has just been so good at denying that window with smoke of all things, which is not what you would expect to see. But it's been very, very strong, even catching a Blackbeard off without even having to use the shotgun there. Unfortunately for Eclipse, though, he roams a little too risky and easily takes the tiniest bit of damage and is spotted out here by Lems. And smartly, he rotates off instead of trying to fight that. And Geo also at half health here. This is looking good for a potential closeout here from Secret if they can just keep up this momentum.
Essentially, whenever they still have the buck available to start destroying below, which they're doing, but we're going to see Bandit downstairs as Brian is going to get the kill onto the buck as Meatbee will fall. Lems, surely you have to be cautious that he may come from your other side, but we're going to see the support coming out from Stiz as he's going to be located at that front door, and Brian gets the kill onto Stiz as well. Can he go for a third? No! Lems shuts him down. Great play from Brian, takes out two of the most important operators for this bomb site.
Does a lot of damage to Lems as well. That was, I mean, even if he didn't get the kill, at this point, the Maestro cameras could almost help finish him off. That was such a fantastic play by Brian. You got to imagine, though, that was a team effort in terms of callouts. They were smart about how they played that, in terms of knowing where they were going to be. I mean, he didn't have any cameras or anything, but just great play there. And now they're starting to get stalled out, and Lems does get reset here. So now they have some chance of this, but it is looking so tough with 45 seconds left, and they don't even have the diffuser right now.
No, so not looking too good for Secret, and easily is rotated back into that corridor area that he was at last time. So this is where we're seeing Easily just start to get a little bit more aggressive. But however, Slash gets that kill onto Lackey with that very narrow peek, and that will be Geometrics getting the final kill onto Lems, and we have gone the full distance. And we will be headed into round number 13.
Now, Rogue have got to be extra careful here because this absolutely favors Secret to take it to map 3. So they're going to have to play for that. Now, they've both gotten one attack win each, so they're going to have to hope that that's going to repeat itself for this particular situation here. However, Secret are going to go back to Bar, which they defended very well twice. Hookah was their only weakness before, so this seems like a smart call. They also played their other bomb site, Kitchen, so they just don't want to go to the one that's been weaker for them. That seems like the right thing to do. Geo's just going to go straight to Ying this time, not even try and fake it out. Just like, okay, we don't have time for this. This is the last round. I can't mess with 6 picks anymore. Seems like the smart choice.
Yeah, it does seem to be what they're going for with this same push again with the Ying. It's no difference from what they had every other time that they've lost to. Sure, last round they took a little bit more of a different approach, but they still lost that because Secret have been performing so well on the defenses. And like you did say, this is where Rogue don't want to be. They don't want to back themselves into this corner where they have to go on this dreaded attack for both these teams, which it's so weird that every other team has done so well on the attacks.
Yeah.
These two teams have done so well on the defenses, or possibly they're just bad at attacking.
Yeah,
That could be another option.
Definitely a possibility. It seems like that probably is not so much the case. Although what's been interesting is how little roam clear there's been a lot of times. Most of the time they're kind of going straight for site to an extent. Not a lot of, oh, let's get a ton of map control and then go for the site. It seems to be maybe it's just a time constraint or the fact that they feel like they can shut out roamers from retakes. And to be fair, most of the time they have been able to somewhat shut out retakes. So it's not the worst strategy, but they are at least losing on these attacks. So I got to say that maybe just not the most effective way to do it. They're going to have to try and fight this bar again. Now, hopefully, Easley can stay alive a bit longer this time. Leon is going to be back on that pulse, and that is going to be their biggest problem here. They need to pressure him from both sides, try and go for some kind of pinch to stop his intel from being so effective. Now, last time he ran out and just chucked the C4 right at Easley. Let's hope he can't pull that off again, because that would be pretty sad for Rogue if they let that happen twice.
So the secret lineup, they're certainly a lot more anchorish compared to what we've seen with the heavy roam game upstairs, but certainly they haven't spread themselves that thin. They still have, for example, Stiz. He's still, even though he's off-site, he's still very close to it as well. So having in this very spread out but also very close-knit defense allows then the retakes to happen. His first kill will be Brian, and that will take out Leon as well. So very big kill in terms of the fragging potential that Secret have just lost.
Well, that did turn into a win for them last time, but Eclipse following it up is definitely going to make it much more likely that Rogue can close this out. They just have to find a few more, but Lackey is going to make it that much harder. Not only providing intels, but gunpowder as well. That is now the Zofia off the board. Now the diffuser is not trapped in a room or anything like that. They've just got it chilling outside and are going to pick it back up and start to get ready for this potential push here. They haven't used any EE1Ds yet, so I expect one to come out now, which exactly is happening because, of course, timing-wise, that makes sense. Candela's coming out as well. Nicely played by Brian.
Oh, Brian gets the wall bang, but Stiz is going to get the refrag onto Easley. 3 versus 2. Stiz and Lackey against Geo.
Wow.
Lackey actually gets C4 kill on the Geo, so down to Slash and Brian as he does fall as Stiz gets the kill. 2 versus 1. Diffuser did get planted by Slash. He's going to be stuck inside of the B bomb site. Gets the kill onto Lackey. All down to Stiz to go for the clutch, but Slash gets it, and that will be Rogue taking out Team Secret after such an emphatic win for Rogue that we thought they were going to lose after what we just seen Team Secret do, but no, Rogue, they have the endurance, they finished it out. We will not be going to a map 3, and Rogue have finished it on Coastline.
What a fantastic play. That was so close. Just great play by Slash and just good read on in terms of where they were going to be playing. You see the 13 kills from both of them, as well as Leon and Stizzy. Like I said earlier, Stizzy doesn't necessarily always get the most credit, but he definitely should for his play there.